Hello my angels, welcome to TJS Tarot. For those of you who are new to my content and or channel, welcome. My name is TJ. I am a psychic, divination reader, and witch, and I am so happy to have you here today. If you are not new to my content and or channel, welcome back. I am just as equally happy to have you here as well. Today we are looking into what good karma is coming your way. So this can mean, if you've been going through a hard time, if you feel like you've been doing the work, if you've been doing good things, if maybe you've been having a string of bad luck and you're just wondering when something good is going to happen, or you feel as though that your moment is right around the corner, or you genuinely are just curious, when good things are going to start to happen because you feel as though that you are a good person, or you've been, doing well in life and you're just wondering when the other shoe is going to drop in a good way. This reading may be for you if you are interested as far as that goes. So we have 3 different piles here today. We have the movie tarot deck, we have the golden tarot deck, and then we have the light Seers tarot deck. So if you do need to take a moment to pause the video and meditate on which one is gravitating towards you the most, feel free to do so. Please make sure that you are using your best discernment after you pick your pile. Keep in mind that this is a general reading for a large group of people. So if you feel as though that the reading isn't resonating, if you're not really feeling the energy, or you're just feeling a little bit detached, feel free to go ahead and pick another pile. If you feel as though that those aren't resonating with you as well, then maybe this reading just isn't meant for you at this time. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. I almost left this out. I am going to mainly use tarot, and then if I feel called to do so, we'll do some oracle cards at the very end. But I will see you in your reading. Welcome my pile ones to your reading. If you picked the movie tarot deck, then this reading is for you. So we are going to go ahead and look into what good karma is headed your way. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive right into it. Whoops. I'm not going to be doing any clarifiers today, because I feel as though when it comes to good karma, there isn't really too much of a reason as far as good karma to happen to us. We're all deserving of good karma. Please and thank you, Spirit. My pile ones, what good karma is coming towards my pile ones? What good karma is coming towards my pile ones? Please and thank you, Spirit. What good karma is headed their way? Okay. Interesting. So I feel as though there's going to be a decision that is made around you. Maybe this is around work. Maybe this is around hard work that you have been putting in. And someone is coming towards you with an offer. Yeah, look at that. I'm going to try to make room here. Eight of Cups. Okay, I'm going to get some clarifiers before I move forward with anything. Why is the Two of Swords here? Why the Two of Swords? Why the Two of Swords, Spirit? Why is the Two of Swords here? Why is the Two of Swords in reverse? Seven of Coins here? Why is the Seven of Coins here? I feel like this was a stressful situation. I don't know if you were like really hesitant on, yeah, something moving forward or someone choosing you. Why is the Knight of Coins here? Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? There is an ending. Why are the Three of Coins here? Swords in reverse. Okay, okay. Why is the World in reverse here? And why the Eight of Cups? Why the World in reverse? Why the Eight of Cups? King of Wands. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I'm picking up a little bit of blessings in disguise. I feel as though, as far as good karma goes, I feel like leading up to this point, you've been in situations maybe that have been stressing you out. Maybe you feel like you haven't had many options, that you had to move forward a certain way in order to see results. And I feel like you really had to prove yourself in a lot of situations, whether this was at work. I'm feeling as though this has to do with money, this has to do with work, this has to do with something where there's integrity. And I feel like, you know, with the Seven of Coins and then the Eight of Wands, like maybe you feel as though that you've been, for the lack of a better phrase, busting your ass, but you haven't really felt like you've been moving forward or climbing up the ladder the way that you would like. And I feel like you are this, you know, Knight of Coins. You have been moving forward with a lot of purpose and integrity and strategy and stability. And it's something that's new for you, or something that you, I don't want to say recently started, because with the Death card, that's all about endings and beginnings. And I feel like that it's like a cycle. It's like a constant cycle that you've been a part of, where you feel as though you have been working towards something, but at the same time, you feel like you're not really moving, which kind of makes sense with the Knight of Coins here, because it is the slowest moving knight. So you may feel like you're just trudging through quicksand in a way, not to quote the Smiths or anything. Let's see, we got the Three of Coins, we got the Nine of Swords in reverse, and we got the Nine of Cups. Yeah, I feel like your good karma is you're finally going to be able to take a step back, because there is going to be a sense of stability, and this anxiety is going to subside. Yeah, you're going to be able to take a step back and have like a breath of fresh air, because this could have been, so the Nine of Swords right side up, that's a nightmare card. And you know, you could have been really maybe you've been losing sleep, and you've really been working really hard, and you've just been really anxious about, and it doesn't even have to be about money, it could just be about like the future. Like you've just been really stressed out about something. And I feel like you're finally going to get to a point where it is very stable, it is very, very grounded and very practical, and equally distributed, I guess you could say, to where you, with the Nine of Cups, there is going to be that fulfillment, and you're going to be able to get rest, and you're going to be able to sleep well at night, and you're going to see that your hard work is paying off. And I feel like there is going to be a sense of victory and stability. And you may, so with the World reverse and then the Eight of Cups, I feel like you're going to be walking away from any kind of judgment or any kind of negative feedback that you've been getting from other people. Maybe other people have been making you feel like you're undeserving, or you can't move forward, or like, I feel as though maybe throughout this whole process you've been trying to prove yourself when you really don't need to prove yourself. And maybe you've been just trying to prove it to yourself that you can do it. And maybe this is just like other people's voices in your head making you feel as though that you can't, when you know you can. And with the Eight of Cups here, I feel like you're finally going to be walking away from any kind of judgment or any kind of harsh critiques that you've been getting. And you are stepping into this really powerful, motivated boss bitch energy. You know, and it's a very motivated masculine energy. Like, you go out and you get what you want. If you want something, you get it. And I feel like that's going to be your good karma. Your good karma is basically getting what you've worked hard for. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Whoa. 10 of Cups. Yeah, you're going to have that emotional fulfillment. And it's not something that you really have to manifest. As you may. Are you supposed to be right side up? I thought so. I feel like you're supposed to be reversed. Yeah, it's not something that you're necessarily manifesting. You're literally working towards it. You know, manifestation is all about cultivating an energy. Taking a reasonable amount of steps in order to really manifest what it is that you want. But I feel like in this case, with the Magician in the reverse, you're putting all your faith in you. You're not really putting all your faith into another source, because you know that you can make it happen. You know you have the power and the capability and the tools within yourself to really make things happen. And things are going to be a lot more balanced that way. Let's just clarify the Magician reversed. Why is the Magician reversed here? Let's reverse the Tower. As you may. Yeah. Yeah, exactly what I said. You're gonna be creating your own stability, and it's something that's very quick and it's very sudden. It's a big change for you, because I feel like maybe in the past you have just clung on to I don't want to say clung on to faith, but it's like you were always I'm getting more like the Fool energy than I am really like the Magician reversed energy, because with the Fool card, that's all about like blind faith. And I feel like you kind of, skated by, by the skin of your teeth, you know what I mean? And I feel like you just got by. You got by with what you had and, what you were able to do at that time. But I feel as though that you've really dedicated yourself, you've really dedicated your time and your energy and your focus into really building things up for yourself. And I feel like you are becoming this queen of coins. Like it is a very sudden change. Tell me what's coming up after the Tower. Like what is the sudden change? Can you elaborate on that, please, Spirit? Yeah, you're getting out of, you're changing your fate. You're getting out of poverty. 10 of Wands. You're getting out of struggle. 9 of Wands. 6 of Wands. Ace of Cups, yeah. And it's bringing you into something new, something emotionally new. You have a great sense of power within yourself. I really hope you know that. Like the amount of strength that you have and the amount of dedication that you have is really admirable. Like nothing is stopping you. And I feel like your good karma is, getting what you have worked hard for. And with this Ace of Cups, I feel like this is something It's like a sweet reward. I don't know if someone maybe... Can you clarify this Ace of Cups? What is this Ace of Cups? Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you will be able to move into a more gentle energy. Maybe more into like a divine feminine energy. And I feel like you've really embodied this masculine energy as far as, you know, working so hard towards what it is that you want, that as soon as that's completed and that's done and you're finally at a place where you can rest, then you're going to be moving into this more gentle, nurturing, loving, emotionally fulfilled energy. And I feel like that's what's really going to put you into a place of receiving even more. Maybe a relationship, maybe something that you've always wanted for yourself, but I feel like you will be moving into a more receptive energy where whatever else it is that you want, you'll be able to get. You know, because you have played the part of the masculine already. You know what I mean? So, you know, with justice here, you know, that's all about balance. Like, you are finding that balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine within yourself. And that is your good karma. Your good karma is getting what you rightfully deserve. And I feel like you're almost there. I feel like as far as like the completion goes, I feel like you are almost there. I wouldn't be surprised by maybe like Cancer season. You are finally in that, you know, emotionally fulfilled energy. Let's go ahead and move into your oracles. Please and thank you, Spirit. What good karma is coming towards my group ones? What good karma is coming to my group ones? Please and thank you, Spirit. What good karma? So we have the 6th house, service to others, what is good for us, your work. We got the South Node, remember, reconsider, now is not the time to. Neptune, the idealization of, confusion regarding, sacrifice. So it may not seem clear to you now. Whatever stresses, whatever struggles, whatever is really keeping you down, or whatever is really stressing you out. This is gonna sound a little strange, but I recommend not really losing that. Like, definitely take care of yourself and put yourself first. Make sure you're prioritizing, you know, eating a balanced meal, resting, staying hydrated, taking care of your health, since we have the 6th house here. But I don't want you to lose that apprehension, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's what's really motivating you, and that's what's really keeping you going, if that makes sense. All right, so I want you to make sure that you are keeping your momentum, and I also want you to be prepared for what is next, because I don't want you to because with the South Node here, this is all about the past. You know, this is all about what, you know, when you look at the South Node, that can represent your past life. You know, that's why it's remember, reconsider, now is not the time to. This is something that no longer serves you, or this is something that, you know, you need to learn from the past in order to move forward with where you're meant to be. Okay, so I want you to stay humble, basically, about this situation. Make sure that you are still keeping momentum as far as like working hard. I still want you to be gentle with yourself, but I also want you to keep going, you know? And, you know, with the idealization of, confusion regarding, and sacrifice, I want you to know that you are very, very close to getting your good karma. Very, very, very close. But I want you to keep going. Even if you're tired, even if you feel as though, you're wondering, okay, when is it going to happen? Now, when is it going to happen? It will happen, I promise. But you need to keep that spark alive, and you need to keep taking care of yourself. See, if you see all these like fruits and vegetables, you do need to take care of yourself. You need to make sure you're eating the proper things. We got celebration. Yay! Yeah, definitely things worth celebrating. Like, you are going to feel so victorious. Friendship. You know what? I actually wouldn't be surprised if your friends surprise you with something for working so hard. I wouldn't be, ooh, new love. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? With the Ace of Cups and then the Queen of Cups, yeah, you're moving into a more receptive energy. Yeah, keep focusing on you. With friendship and celebration, I swear to you, I really feel like you're gonna have a group of friends like surprise you with something. Or I don't know if you're maybe, because I'm seeing like a group of them, like, because I see like champagne, maybe a sleepover. Maybe like a group of you are going to have like a sleepover and just have fun, stay up late, eat cookie dough and pizza and watch rom-coms. Like, I'm seeing like a really girly fun night with just like a bunch of girlfriends or a bunch of friends in general. Maybe you all go out to eat, or maybe you have like a house party or something. I'm seeing something like really fun happen to like celebrate you, or just celebrate in general. Celebrate your friendship. And then with new love here too, I feel like something or someone is coming towards you. I feel like, this could be new love for yourself. This could be, new love regarding like your close friendships. But I also feel as though, we got Cupids here. So I really feel like, now that good karma, moving out of that masculine and into your feminine, of really being able to receive, because, you've done the work and everything is like taken care of. All the hard stuff is taken care of anyway. I feel like you will be able to move into this really gentle, loving, nurturing energy. That's why I was picking up on Cancer season so much. Because I feel like you are going to be the one that's being taken care of for a change. Okay, well, I really hope that this resonated and this was helpful. My beautiful pile ones, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And if you feel called to, please comment down below. I really want to know if this resonated. But until next time, bye. Welcome, my pile twos, to your pick a card reading. If you chose the Golden Tarot deck, then this reading is for you. So we are going to go straight into what good karma is coming your way. And then I am going to I am going to close out with some oracle cards. So let's go ahead and see. Please and thank you, Spirit, for connecting me to my pile twos and my energy, and what good karma is headed their way. What good karma is headed towards my pile twos? What good karma is headed towards my pile twos? Thank you, Spirit. Please and thank you. What good karma is headed towards my pile twos? Okay. So from what I'm seeing, this is all about weighing your options. Maybe this has to do with a love connection, since we have the Ace of Cups here. It doesn't have to be a love connection, but it could have to do with just something that has been emotionally weighing on you, or something that has been bringing you down emotionally. So the center card that we have here, we have the Death in reverse. So this is telling me that there are no changes, really. There are no cycles really being had. But you know that there needs to be, if that makes sense. Because we have the Two of Pentacles here to start out. This is all about balancing, weighing your options, making a choice, trying to be practical, trying to choose between two things that are of value. And then we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So this is all about, if it has to do with travel, there is no travel. This is travel that has come to a complete stop. This could also be a sense of lack of clarity, lack of information, lack of communication, which goes into, you know, with the Death card, that stillness, you know, nothing is changing. But slowly your grip is... I am so sorry, guys. My my phone cut out while I was recording. So let me go ahead and pick up where I left off. So the Four of Pentacles in reverse, this is all about you finally releasing and loosening up your tight grip to something that you were holding on to. This could be beliefs, this could be ideas, something that you found very valuable that you just, or it could have been, you know, something that you didn't want to let go of, something that you didn't want to, you know, release and give complete control over to, if that makes sense. But now you are loosening your grip in order for something new and fulfilling to come forward. Now over here with the Five of Pentacles, I believe this has something to do with, you know, you making a decision or making a hard decision in order to... I feel like this is a decision that you didn't want to have to make. This is a decision that you had to make, not necessarily that you wanted to make, because either way you were going to end up feeling like this. You were going to feel left out in the cold. You were going to feel unstable, sad, you know, hardship. You know, you were going through a sense of hardship. And this could be something that you're currently going through. This could be something that you recently experienced or you have been experiencing, you know, something that was really hard for you to decide on, but you weren't getting what you wanted. You either weren't getting the communication and or the love and support that you really wanted and that you really deserved. All right, so why the Death card, please, Spirit? Yeah, so we got the Three of Cups here. This could involve multiple people, whatever situation this is. This could have to do with maybe like two people going against you. Maybe it's like a love triangle. Maybe it's a third party situation. Maybe it involves like a collaboration of three people and you're one of them. This is something that you found a lot of celebration and fun and harmony and you thought could work. If that resonates. If that doesn't resonate, then I feel like this is something that maybe one person was reaping more of the benefits than you. But I feel like there was like a sense of like unfairness. Like maybe one person benefited the most out of the three, or, you know, two people benefited out of it more than, like, regardless of the situation, I feel like you were the one that got the short end of the stick. You know, something that you felt like could have been, you know, could have worked or could have been great, but there was no change. There was no, compromising this situation. So why the Four? Why are the Four of Pentacles in reverse? Please and thank you, Spirit. Why the Four of Pentacles in reverse? Why is this card here? Yeah, you may have pulled back your energy. You may have, I feel like you turned your back on this situation, whatever that wasn't benefiting you. I feel like this could also be friends, like maybe like frenemies, maybe something that you thought was one thing, but was actually not. This could have to do with women. It doesn't have to, but I feel like it could also have to do with, like, maybe you thought you were, maybe you thought that you were a part of this really great community of people or gathering of people, but nothing was really changing, or nothing was really benefiting you the way that you thought. Or maybe you had plans with these people or good intentions with these people, and they just left you out in the cold, or they made you feel, you know, they weren't prioritizing or contributing, you know, they're part of the bargain. So you had to leave because it wasn't benefiting you. And yeah, you turn your back on them. You may have turned, you know, immature, or I feel like in this case, I feel like they were the ones that were immature and you just matched their energy. So you finally let go of this situation. You're like, you know what, I'm just going to do me. I'm just going to prioritize myself and not worry about whatever, you know, this is. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Why the Ace of Cups, please, Spirit? Ooh, okay. Yep, I thought so. So I think your good karma is finally going to be, justice is going to be served. I feel like you are definitely teaching these people a lesson somehow. And I feel like you are finally stepping into, you're finally loosening your grip of what no longer serves you, so you can move into what does serve you and what is meant for you. I feel like you are meant for a happy home life. You are meant for, you know, a sense of home and peace. And this is also like twin flame or soulmate energy as well. If this was like a love connection, maybe it was like a love triangle or like a third party situation. I feel like you are moving into a path where you know your worth and you know what you deserve. And there is going to be justice by your side. There is going to be balance. You are going to be getting what it is that you rightfully deserve. So let's find out what that is. So that is part of your good karma. And I feel like they wanted me to tell you the reason why we went over, you know, your current situation or a recent past situation is because that in itself was good karma. That in itself was you being the bigger person. You choosing yourself, you choosing the high road is what is bringing in even more good karma for you. So that in itself is good karma, because I feel like you are setting these people up for an opportunity to be better, if that makes sense. You know, to apologize, to make amends, to be better versions of themselves, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So, okay, so what is your good karma? Can we elaborate on the Ace of Cups, the Justice, and the Four of Wands, please? What is my pile twos? Oh, okay. If this is a love relationship, I feel like you could be attracting a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Ooh, okay. So I'm just going to say this. If this was a romantic situation, and I feel like if this person wasn't prioritizing you or making you feel important, I feel like very quickly they're going to become obsessed with you. They're going to become very obsessed with you, very possibly clingy. And I feel like they're going to move real quick, because I feel like by you pulling back your energy and matching, you know, their energy, it's like they're going to be like, wait, what's happening? Like, why is pile two not responding to me? Why are they doing this? Like, why? Like, I feel like they're going to get really antsy and really anxious, and it's really going to light a fire under their ass, and they are going to start, you know, showing up the way that they are supposed to and the way that they need to. And I feel like they're going to have clear communication, clear motivation, and they are going to be obsessed with you. And I feel like this could also be some lust, maybe. Why the devil? Why is the devil here? Why is the devil here, Spirit? Please and thank you. Yeah, they're going to be obsessed with making things right. Well, they're also going to be very uncomfortable. Tell me more. Tell me more on why the devil is here. A bit of an addiction, a bit of restlessness. I feel like they don't want to lose you. Because I'm getting like a sense of like frustration, but emotion, but you know, trying to, it's like they're very much in their head, like they, tell me more. It's like they're stressed out, like they are obsessing over this situation, like they may lose sleep over it. Okay. Yeah, they don't want to lose you because they think that you're very valuable. They think if this does include a romantic situation, they think that you are the Empress. You are everything that, you are their ideal person. And they really do put you on a pedestal. They think very highly of you. And I feel like if this has to do with like a friendship or anything like that, like, yeah, you guys may go like way back. Maybe you guys were best friends, or maybe you guys have known each other since like elementary school or high school or something like that. So you guys are very close, and maybe someone, maybe like an outsider or another friend or another, someone who is a part of this circle, maybe took more of their time or went against you. There's something like kind of complicated, because I'm feeling like it's definitely something that hurt you, but I feel like it's something that can be mended. I don't really think that it's something that you just had to take a step back from, and you're like, you know what, like I'm not going to get involved. Like I don't really have any hatred toward, like I don't really feel like there's like huge bad blood. I think it was just like, it's something that really did hurt you, but it was something that you are open to healing and mending as well. But regardless of the situation, the direct person that this is about, I feel like they don't want to lose you. They want to make things right. They are a little bit obsessive over this situation and obsessive over, you know, making things right and how they came off also. But they're stressing. They're stressing. And it's like they're going to try to do as much as they possibly can to keep you in their good graces, because they don't want you to hate them, because you mean so much to them. So they're going to try really hard to embody, you know, this King of Wands or this King of Swords energy. So your good karma is basically, I wouldn't, oh look, it is going to come in a bit slowly. They are going to take their time. They are going to be very strategic in how they do it, but I feel like they do, I mean, on the inside, I feel like they're panicking a little bit, and they're like, okay, I got to do something. Like, oh, I'm obsessing over this. Like, you know, I'm stressed out. Like, I don't know what to do. It could be something that they're constantly thinking about, but how they come off, you know, to you and on the outside, it's very slow moving. It's very strategic. It's very thought out. But internally, they're like, shit, I really got to get my act together. I really have to, you know, figure some stuff out. So let's go ahead and pull some oracles. Please and thank you, Spirit, for my pile twos. What good karma is coming their way? What good karma is coming their way? To answer your question with that spread, I feel like an apology is coming and someone coming in correct. someone making something up to you because they don't want to lose you. All right, so we got Mercury, communicate. See, what did I say? Analyze, let your mind tell you how to. Saturn, be realistic about, be concerned about, you must wait before you can. See? What did I tell you? Yeah, they're getting very serious about this. In Pisces, your dreams, your idealization of be a part of something overwhelming, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they like daydream about you, or they reminisce over the good times that you've had. It's almost as if like you being absent from their life, they're really feeling it. They could, you know, they're analyzing everything. They're getting very serious, and what's the word I'm looking for? Like making things into law, I guess you could say. Like they're being very serious, very stern, very they're trying to stabilize this. Yeah, very serious. It's like they're trying to, almost as if, you know, with being in like a Saturn return, how, you know, your Saturn return is basically shifting you and moving you into where you're supposed to be. I feel like that's what they're doing. They're trying to like shift and navigate, you know, okay, where it's all the seriousness of all the puzzle pieces landing where they're supposed to be, you know, but there's also a sense of like dreaminess, you know. They could be dreaming about you too. They could be dreaming about the situation. They could be dreaming about you. They could be dreaming about, you know, maybe nightmares too, you know, just being very overwhelmed. Please and thank you, Spirit, for my pile twos. What good karma is coming towards them? What good karma is coming towards my pile twos? Please and thank you, Spirit. Manifestation. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you even said something along the lines of, I lost it. I was just going to say, you know, with everything that went down between you and this person, or you and, you know, this, you know, circle of people, I wouldn't be surprised if you thought or said something along the lines of, like, you knew this was going to happen. And it's like, okay, I'm going to, you know, if you want to ignore me, if you want to not prioritize me, if you want to treat me like shit, then I'm just going to get out of your way, and I'm just going to do me, and, you know, you're not going to have me in your life at all. And, you know, and I feel like you knew this was going to happen. I feel like you knew as soon as you pulled back your energy that you were going to get what it is that you had said so in the first place. Yeah, I feel like this person is going to try to make it up to you. And I feel like this is really going to, your good karma is getting what you deserve. Finding inner peace in yourself. I feel like by you choosing yourself, you're already kind of on that trajectory. With meditation, I feel like this is going to bring in a lot of answers for you, a lot of your own stability, within yourself, and being able to trust that everything is going to work out the way that it needs to. I feel like that is a big part of your karma. I feel like aside from, you know, what these people said or did or made you feel, I feel like at the end of the day, you knew that you took the right steps, and you were true to yourself, and you were respectful enough to make some kind of impact in a positive way, that, you know, in the end of whoever this was to you, you know, not reciprocating or not giving you your flowers, or not, you know, prioritizing you or making you as important as you deserve to feel, you know, you were still respectful, and you handled it with a lot of grace and a lot of responsibility. And that in itself is bringing good karma to you. It's bringing peace and trust and, you know, an apology probably. I feel like they are going to apologize to you, and I feel like they don't like being without you. They don't like you being absent from their life. They're not used to it. If this is, you know, a friendship that has been going on for a long time, I feel like they hate having you out of their life. And if it is a romantic connection, after you impacting them in such a positive way, them not having that in it anymore is freaking them out, and it's making them realize how valuable you actually are. Not that they didn't see that before, but it's like they took it for granted, you know? Okay, my pile twos, that is all I have for you today. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and please feel free to comment down below. I really want to know if this resonated, if you feel called to do so. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, my pile threes, and welcome to your reading. So if you picked the Light Seers tarot deck, then this reading is for you. So let's go ahead and look into good karma that is coming your way. Please and thank you, Spirit, for connecting me to my pile threes, and what good karma is coming their way. What good karma is coming towards my pile threes? This deck always hurts my fingers when I shuffle. They're so stiff. I need to use this deck a lot more often. Right. Good karma is coming towards my pile threes. 9 of Wands. Queen of Swords. 7 of Wands. Oops. Ace of Wands. Karma is coming towards pile threes. Thank you. Knight of Swords. All right. I feel like your good karma is coming in because you are finally defending yourself, and you're finally giving yourself the room to I feel like you could have recently taken your power back. And I feel like you could have recently like fought back or defended yourself, or realized what your true worth is, or you basically defended your honor. Because 7 of Wands, that's a very combative, defensive energy, like you're fighting for something. And I feel like with the Queen of Swords here, the Ace of Wands, and then the Knight of Swords, because we have swords and then we have wands. So that's all about doing something and saying something. And I feel like that's what you've been doing. You've been defending yourself. You've been proving yourself. You've been communicating clearly with what it is that you want, what it is that you deserve. And I feel like it's a very commanding energy, but it's coming from an energy that is confident. It's not arrogant. It's not bratty. It is, in a way, it's kind of diplomatic, because the way that you see it is, you know that you've done the work, and you know that you've put in a large amount of energy into, X, Y, and Z. And you're like, okay, I've done the work, I've grown, I've been working my ass off, I've been doing, X, Y, and Z. Now, where's my reward? Where is my where's my victory? Like, when am I finally going to have that moment where I don't have to constantly prove myself, or I don't have to be in this defensive energy, you know? And I feel like you're in a defensive energy, but it's not so much toxic, and it's not so much, you know, coming out of fear. It is more like warrior energy, if that makes sense. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Why is the Nine of Wands here, Spirit? Whoa. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Please and thank you, Spirit. There's my pile 3's all the karmas coming my way. So we got Four of Swords. Got the Hanged Man. Very sorry for this glare. Got the Queen of Swords. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Why is the Queen of Swords here? Yeah, I feel like you've given this a lot of thought. Page of Swords. Yeah, you've been researching. You've been very curious about it. You've been very diplomatic. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Why is this? Whoa. These cards are so slippery. Why is the Seven of Wands here, Spirit? Six of Cups. Ah. You no longer want to hang on to what no longer serves you. You no longer want to, I don't know if you don't want to appear foolish, or you don't want to hold on to something that isn't going to benefit you anymore. Why is the Ace of Wands here? Maybe I'm picking up on Lilith a little bit. Maybe you've been scorned recently, and you're like, okay, when am I going to get my good karma from what I've gone through? Halsey May. What is this? Oh, Judgment. And why is the Knight of Swords here? Why is the Knight of Swords here? Beautiful. I apologize for the delay of a response, but I'm just meditating on these really quick. So the Ace of Wands and Judgment in reverse. I feel as though in your current energy that is, you know, a little bit of the combative energy, that is a little bit of, you know, not wanting to reminisce on the past, not wanting to, you know, I just realized what this card was. This is literally the cutest and sweetest thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to get distracted. But it's like you don't want to... Okay, so what I said before with the scorned energy, I don't know if you recently had a stroke of, I don't even want to say heartbreak, but something that really bothered you that came back from the past. And I feel like you don't want to repeat old cycles, and you're trying to protect yourself. I feel like there is a bit of a guard up with you. And I feel like you're trying not to be foolish. You're trying not to make the same mistakes that you have made in the past. And I feel like you want to be rewarded. You want to move forward. You know, with this Ace of Wands, like you want to move forward. You want something new, fresh, exciting. You want to be happy. You want to feel great, look great, be great. And I feel like you're even rebelling a little bit when it comes to your own judgment. And I feel like I just got this message. You're tired of being hurt. You're tired of, because I'm getting two sides of you. I'm getting this very, very strong individual this very warrior-like energy, and then I'm also getting a very sensitive, very delicate, very naive, innocent, playful energy. And I feel like this is you. I feel like this is like your higher self and then your inner child. And I feel like they're both you. And I feel like your higher self is very, well, I feel like this is you too. I'm not saying that this is just, I'm not saying that this isn't you at all. I feel like you embody, you know, the higher and the more sweet, innocent, like past, present, and future all wrapped up in you, if that makes sense. Because I feel like there is a sense of, you know, childlike energy within you. And I feel like you're trying to protect that side of you, because you really do give people chances, and you really do give chances to a lot of opportunities, because you want to believe in magic, and you want to believe that there's good in people, and you want to believe that good things can happen to you. But you've been wronged so many times to where that innocent part of you is tired of being hurt, is tired of crying, is tired of being wounded and disappointed. So you've built this warrior, this inner warrior within yourself to protect that version of you, because you know that that part of you doesn't deserve it. You know, you don't deserve it. And I feel like you're making an attempt to move full speed ahead, to be strong, and to go after what it is that you really want without any kind of negotiation or limits, because you're tired of your inner child being hurt. You're tired of being hurt. And you want to lean into that gentleness. You don't always like to be this hard version of yourself, but you feel like you have to a lot of the time. Like you don't like showing that side to yourself all of the time. You like leaning into your gentleness. You like leaning into this sweet, you know, nurturing, curious, childlike side of you. That's where you feel most yourself. But you feel as though that that side of you, even though it's very beautiful, not everybody knows how to nurture it the way that you do. So you put on your armor and you protect yourself. And I feel like you've learned how to balance that a lot better than in the past. And I feel like your good karma is probably, you know, I feel like it's a stroke of inspiration. I feel like someone is going to come towards you with an idea, an inspiration, communication, a letter, a message that's going to, what's the word? It's going to bring some sense of like completion to you. This is like news of some sort. Can you clarify the Knight of Swords and the World, please? What is this? What is this good karma? Knight of Wands. Movement. One more, please. What is this Knight of Swords and the World and the Knight of Wands? What is this? What is this good karma? Something to do with fairness, something to do with Can you clarify the Six of Pentacles reverse? I feel like this is a new look or a new take on like reevaluating balance, reevaluating give and take. Sorry, you can't see these. Bring these over here. And then we got Three of Wands. Yeah, I feel as though someone's traveling towards you. Someone's traveling towards you to make amends, I believe. Something that's going to make you feel better. And not only are they going to tell you what you want to hear, but they're actually going to do it. And I feel like that's important for you to know. It's not just going to be words. Because words can be cheap, you know? And with when the Knight of Wands here, like someone is moving in towards you. And I feel like as far as your good karma, I feel like whatever has been bothering you, whatever has been making you feel as though you have to put up this shield, you have to put up this boundary, you have to put up these limitations and, you know, protect yourself, protect, you know, baby you or little you. You know, I feel like you're going to have a level of completion, or this person's going to make you feel complete, or this situation, whatever this is. I feel like it's a person, maybe an air sign, maybe a fire sign. I don't know. But there is going to be travel. I don't know if they're going to meet you somewhere. I don't know if they're going to move towards you. Like, I think they're physically going to move towards you. Let's find out when. When are they going to move towards you? Please and thank you, Spirit. When is this person going to move towards? When is this person going to move towards my pile threes? Please and thank you, Spirit. When is this person going to move towards my pile threes? The Hierophant. Virgo season. So that could be end of August, beginning of September. Yeah, so it's very interesting. We got the Hierophant, which was like Virgo season, because I feel like, I don't know, I really got the feeling like it was going to be summertime, because I was picking up on like July for some reason. Maybe that is going to be the beginning of some things, but I feel like as far as like real travel, real movement and everything, I feel like that's going to be like Virgo season. So probably like towards the end of the summer. All right. So with that said, so your good karma is basically you feeling better about a situation. You know, this doesn't necessarily have to be someone else, you know, coming into your life. I really feel like it is because we got Knights here, but this also could be you. You know, you could be, you know, continuously, you know, traveling towards yourself, you know, finding yourself, exploring yourself. You continuously choosing you and not only saying that you're going to do something, but actually doing it. Could be you, but I really feel as though it's someone else. An outsider. Maybe, maybe it's somebody new. I don't know. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to clear these away. Let's go ahead and look into your oracles. Please and thank you, Spirit, for my pile threes. What is it that my pile threes need to know regarding what good karma is coming their way? What good karma is coming towards my pile threes? Oops. The 8th house. As a life or death issue, getting and using power, use other people's resources. In Scorpio, purification to resurrect the secrets of resulting from the power of. And Jupiter, the granting of blessings from and good fortune. Yeah, there's going to be a change. There's going to be a lot of transformations, a lot of changes coming towards you. And I feel like it all had to do with you setting that boundary, you putting a little bit of that shield up, and you taking care of yourself and you protecting yourself. And I feel like by you doing that, you are really setting a solid foundation for how other people treat you and how they should treat you and how they can treat you, you know. And I feel like that's gonna come. Got steady. What good karma is coming towards my pile threes? Yeah, you're going to be learning more about yourself. And I feel like that's going to be a big part of the transformation. Archangel Michael, see, that's that protection again, and ideas and inspiration. Yeah, you're going to, so throughout this journey, you know, up until, you know, when this person approaches you, I feel like you are consistently going to be learning about yourself. You're going to be learning about different ways to protect yourself. I feel like it's also flexing your levels of protection, you know, knowing, how can I say this? It is always good to protect yourself. You know, it's one thing to protect yourself, but it's another thing to completely keep yourself from experiences. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what a big part of the change is, because with Jupiter here, Jupiter is all about expansion. It is the largest planet. It is all about, you know, blessings, good fortune, luck, magnitude, you know, higher knowledge, religion, philosophy, like anything, you know, big ideas, big, you know, just big thinking, things that are large, things that are expansive, things that grow, constantly, you know, adding to the fact, not subtracting. And I feel like, you know, with the 8th house and in Scorpio, this is like a lot of transformation, a lot of you really getting to know yourself, really studying your own thoughts, your own ideas, what it is that you want, what it is that, you know, is really important to you, and also understanding yourself when it comes to your limitations and your boundaries and what's important for you to accept in your life. And, you know, how people treat you. Well, like I said before, you know, that level of protection, you know, knowing your boundaries and knowing, you know, I'm so sorry. I'm like stumbling over my words. Finding the balance in expanding things for yourself, as well as protecting yourself from what isn't good for you. There, that's what it is. Yeah, that's going to be your good karma. Your good karma is understanding yourself and transforming yourself and becoming an even better version of yourself. You're not taking away from yourself, you're just adding. And you're transforming and you're shifting and you're, I don't want to say mutating, but you're literally mutating. You're mutating into the next best thing. And you're adding a lot of good things to it as well. All right. That is all I have for you today, my pile threes. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, share. Please feel free to comment down below if you feel called to do so. I really want to know if this resonated with you. Please let me know if it did, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.